here. Welcome back to A Little Literary Love. I'm glad y'all are with me. Before we get into today's video, please make sure you subscribe to my channel if you like my content. I really appreciate it. But yeah, so today's video is going to be a book haul. This is going to be an end of summer book haul because I haven't really bought too many books yet because it's just now fall. Although I am really feeling I was like in the fall vibe today, which is why I have like the dark like lips on. I'm just like in a mood. Like I'm very like, I feel very goth Halloween-y today with like my black shirt, the dark lipstick. I also got my hair done this week and we went darker for fall. I'm not sure I like it. I'm much more of like, I like my blonde hair. I like summer, my blonde, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Next summer, I'm definitely gonna get back and have more like blonde roots, but it is what it is. And this is, I guess, more appropriate for fall. Anyway, so all of these books are books that I've got. Oh, also, if you hear my baby, she's sitting on the bed with me. I got this little like seat thing for her that has like toys and activities on it, and she's like loving it. Like she's like moving around, super excited, because then she can also see me talking for this video, and she's just like having a blast. So she's like playing with like little rattles and stuff on it and like talking, so you may continue to hear her throughout this video. Anyway, yes, so I actually haven't bought there's a big stack of books here, and I haven't bought a ton of books that were just like individual, just randomly I wanted to buy some books. Most of these books are from book boxes that I either subscribe to, or I got some like one-time book boxes that different places put out, and I'm going to try to remember where I got all these from, but there's a lot of different places, so I may miss some. It is what it is. So anyway, this is gonna take a while, and I want to make sure that I get everything filmed before she starts getting cranky and wanting to lay down for a nap, or before my other daughter wakes up from her nap. So anyway, we're gonna get right into it. I'm gonna start off with the books that I just randomly bought for myself. These are not part of book boxes. I just wanted to buy these. So I got the rest of the books in the Salacious Players Club series by Sarah Kate. So we have Eyes on Me, which is the second book. I already have the first book up here. Praise. Took me a little bit to find it because I can't remember where I put it. Give Me More is the third book, and then Mercy is the fourth book, which then she also just announced that this is going to turn into a 6-book series or 7. I don't know. There's going to be at least 2 more books in the series. I still have not read Mercy, but the other 3 I have read and loved. Then we have the first 2 books in the Seven Sinners series by S.L. Jennings, which is one of my all-time favorite series, and I really need to do a reread, and I want more books from this author, but she's been like, hasn't written anything in like years. Anyway, so we've got Born Sinner and End of Eden, and I need to get the other 2 books of the series, but I love this series so much. Then we have Entreat Me by Grace Draven. This is a Beauty and the Beast retelling, which is really good, and I really enjoyed this. Then we have Pen Pal by G.T. Geisinger. This is a brand new release, and this may be my favorite book of the year, or at least it's going to be one of my favorite books of the year. I love this. I had to get this in hard copy. Then we have A Merry Little Meet Cute by Sierra Simone and Julie Murphy. I had pre-ordered this when I think Barnes & Noble was doing like so much % off pre-ordered books, so I got this one because it's Sierra Simone. Then Barbarian Lover by Ruby Dixon. I'm so excited to get this entire series with these new covers. I love them so much. Then Misadventures of a Curvy Girl by Sierra Simone. This is the last book that I needed to complete my Sierra Simone collection. I believe I now own everything except for the new special edition covers of the pre-series. Well, that did not last long. Then I got this special edition thing of Shakespeare. This is called Shakespeare in Autumn, and it's not the whole works of Shakespeare. It just has some of Shakespeare. I've been enjoying getting this like entire special edition classic series because of all this. Like, it's got this plastic on top that's not the best quality, like, but it's protecting this, like, I don't even know what this is, but it's just so pretty, and then it's sprayed edges. So I have a few other books that came from this. There's like every season, there's different seasons of it, and it's all just like classics. And I have a lot of different classics that I like to like collect, like my favorite classics, or if they look really pretty. So this is one that, like, a book that I wanted to collect, so I bought this. I believe that is all the books that I have just randomly bought. All the rest of these should come from book boxes. So we'll start with this one, and I believe this one is from Dark and Quirky. This is their MC box that they did, which I am missing one of the books that was supposed to be in there because there was like printing issues or something, so it should be, I believe, coming at some point. But we have Inked in Lies by Gianna Darling. I love this book. This is mainly the only reason why I got this book box, is because I wanted this book because I love this series so much. And then Making the Cut by Anne Malcolm, and Hostile Saint by India R. Adams. I haven't read either of those two authors, but I really like the cover of this one. Then the other two books from the Taboo box that I believe it was from the Last Chapter book box, which is Hush Hush by Lucia Franco, which apparently there's like something missing in this one, I think. I don't remember. But there's this, and then A Lesson in Thorns by Sierra Simone. Then I got the historical romance box from a Last Chapter book box, which, if you were like the first so many people that bought it, you got a signed Lorraine Heath book. So I have A Scoundrel of My Heart, which I actually haven't owned this before, but it is also signed by the author, which is pretty cool. And then all these like special edition covers of historical romance books. So we have Olivia and the Masked Duke by Grace Calloway, A Bargain with a Rake by Sadie Bosk, The Detective Duke by Scarlett Scott, To Seduce a Rogue by Tracy Sumner, and then Vivid by Beverly Jenkins, which I do like how well themed this box was. Like, all of the covers are these like watercolor like covers, so I really like that. I have not read any of these historical romance authors, so I'm excited to try some of these out. But even if I don't, like, these are just like gorgeous covers. Then from Last Chapter book box, I got their BIPOC, I think is how you say that, BIPOC box, which is just a bunch of like authors of color that they included. So one of them being This Wicked Fate by Callan Bayron, which I'm pretty sure is a YA book, so I don't know that I'm going to be reading this, just because YA is just not my genre anymore. But there's this book, a special edition hardcover of Unconditional by QB Tyler. I have read this one, and I love this cover, but I'm honestly haven't been the biggest fan of QB Tyler's stuff. Like, all of her books, they have the tropes that I like, and I really want to love them, but something that she does with her writing, there's something in all of her books that I've read that have just made me not like them. So, I really like this like cover. It's super cool. Then we have Falcon's Prey by C. Limari, Saddle Up Cowboy by Sade Rena, and then You Had Me at Ola by Alexis Daria, which I do already own. But I believe this one might be signed. Hey, miss. So I know I've got 2 copies of this, but I did really like this book. Sorry, I'm having to change the angle of my camera because my child keeps kicking my my camera stand or whatever. So I also did the Last Chapter book box has like a monthly book club pick like book that they do. I've only done one of them, and I believe they do also do a special edition cover for whatever book they pick. I could be wrong on that. But I got To Burn in Brutal Rapture by Nyla K when they did Nyla K. I have not read this yet, but this is very high up on my TBR. I really am planning, I want to, and I'm planning on getting to this very soon because I've heard really good things about this one. Then I have some books from the Love Notes from Paradise book box by Lucy Eden. This I had bought was a like Kickstarter, so I ended up getting a whole year's worth. So this is the summer box, which is the first box. So now that it is fall, I think, be getting the fall box pretty soon. So this book had Booty Call by Ainsley Booth, and all of these are hardback. Heart and Hand by Rebel Carter, which I unfortunately did not care for this book. The Thelanian Dynasty by Katie Roberts, which I love this series. This is like my first introduction to Katie Roberts, and I am so happy that this was included in this. And then Office Hours by Katrina Jackson. Then most recently I got some books from the Romance Me book box, which I believe is a newly launched book subscription box. So they have their regular box, and then they have their mail box. So in the mail box was Bruised But Not Broken by Nicole Dykes. Never heard of this. I have never read this. So be interested to read that. And then Wrath by Ellis James. I unfortunately also did not really care for this book, but now I have it in a special edition cover. And then their regular book box had Black Skies Riviera by Catherine Wilcher. And then the biggest reason why I got this, then it also had Stolen Air by Sophie Lark. This is the second book in her Brutal Birthright series. Then I have several books from Hello Lovely. They have a monthly trope box that you can get, which has a book in it with a special edition cover, and then they have a bi-monthly LGBTQ box, which I believe I have since stopped subscribing to that one just because I have too many book subscriptions, so I needed to get rid of like something. So I have Cruel Devil by Daniela Romero, Parker by Jack Harbin, The Brit by Jodi Ellen Malpas, The Devil Wears Tartan by Katia Rose, Waking Olivia by Elizabeth O'Rourke, Blank Canvas by E.M. Lindsay, Pretty Toxic by J.R. Gray, and Liar by Fiona Coleridge. So none of those I have read except for this one. And once again, see, if I'm buying book subscription boxes and I know the books in them is what I prefer, the books where you don't really know what you're gonna get, I'm kind of meh on, because a lot of times I get books that I've read and don't like, in which case, like all of these, like Liar, for the most part, I've liked Fiona Cole, but she does have a few books that I haven't really cared for as much. This being one of them. I mean, I think it was still at least like a 3-star read for me, but it does have something that happens in it that really ticks me off and I did not care for. But I do like this cover. It's very cool. And then last but not least, I have my books from Mystic Box and their sister spin-off company, Arcane Society. So Mystic Box is dark romance, and then Arcane Society is fantasy paranormal romance. They were very behind on their books for a while. and their boxes coming out because they had a delay with like shipping and whatnot. So I have books from the Penelope Douglas box, which is going to be Hideaway and Kill Switch, which I'm very disappointed that they did these because I did not, unfortunately, I was not a subscriber to their series when they did the first Penelope Douglas box, which had Birthday Girl and the first book of the series, Corrupt. So now I've got these two books that are special edition and I don't have the first one. And like my OCD brain, this really bothers me. And they have said that they're not planning on reprinting that prior Penelope Douglas box, which kind of ticks me off. And it really bothers me that they decided to do Penelope Douglas again when, you know, all of these people that are new to the box aren't able, like me, to get the prior books in the series. So didn't really care for that, but I do like that I have these. I have read these. They're all right. I liked them when I first read them, but now that it's been a while, I'm kind of like, meh, I've read a lot better books, but that's just me. Then the Pam Godwin box, which I'm a diehard Pam Godwin fan. I love her. So we have Dark Notes, which is one of my all-time favorite books ever. And then Sea of Ruin. And then several books, boxes from the Arcane Society. So we have the K of Brain box, which has the first two books in her Demigods of San Francisco series. So the first one being Sin and Chocolate and Sin and Magic, which both of these covers are like stunning. Oh, and all of these if I can talk. All of these books also have like painted sprayed edges too, which is really cool. All of these are hardback, signed by the author. The end papers are really cool. I don't know. The Arcane Society mystery box are probably like my favorite subscriptions that I have. Then we have the Suzanne Wright box, which had the first two books in the Olympus Pride series. So we have When He's Dark and then When He's an Alpha. Again, these covers are gorgeous and the sprayed edges, love it. And then the very first box that they did, which I ended up doing, I wasn't able to get, but they offered a reprint. So I got the entire Laura Thalassa series of the Four Horsemen. So we have Pestilence, War, Famine, and then Death. So I'm very, very happy that I was able to get the reprint of these, because this is one of my favorite series. I love Laura Thalassa. She's one of my favorite authors. So I do believe that is now everything, all of my books in this book haul, and now I have to try to find room for them on the 2 bookshelves that I have. I need to get more bookshelves, but I also don't have space right now to put up my bookshelves if I bought some more. So I'm just gonna have to make do and try to find space where I can. But anyway, like I said, that is gonna be the end of this video. If you liked it, make sure you hit the thumbs up button. And if you like me and my content, make sure you hit the subscribe button so you can see more videos from me. I really appreciate it. And then otherwise, I will see you on the next one. Bye, guys.